Good morning, Jamie.
Good morning.
Would you like to go first?
Sure. This just came out yesterday. It's called The Last Gate of the Emperor, and it's from Kwame Mbalia, who is a wonderful writer, and Prince Joel Mackinnon. Yes, one of those two. And fabulously written. This is a story that's somewhat like Star Wars, so I think you're going to love it, and I think our customers are going to really love it. But what I like is that Prince Joel has folded in an ancient story about Ethiopia. So it's got those kinds of elements to it. But we've got our hero, who is a wisecracking, slightly reluctant hero. He is a kid who lives with his uncle, and he plays video games, and his rival in the video game world happens to be this girl. They end up teaming up. He's got this amazing sidekick robot who is just, I think, as wonderful as R2-D2 was in the original Star Wars. And I think this is going to be a great series. So this is the first. I love the universe that they've created. Great bad guys, great good guys, and a really wonderful adventure. So I think this is going to be a big book this summer. Everybody's going to want to read this one.
And so it's weaving a folktale in, which is kind of, would be good for somebody who's a Rick Riordan fan.
Yes, but really, the fact that it's a folktale is really more for us to know that that's how they approached it. There is some information at the back, actually, about the prince and his family background.
Gotcha.
But it's not going to be mythology the way the Rick Riordan Presents series are.
Cool.
You're not going to see that kind of thing. But futuristic and fantasy at the same time.
Neat.
Yep, really good.
Awesome. Okay. So what I would like to talk about is, before the 2021 Nutmeg nominees go away, there was one in particular I really liked, and it's called The Night Diary by Veera Hiranandani. So this is historical fiction. It takes place in 1947, when a section of India was separated to create the country of Pakistan.
Yeah.
And what happened there was all Muslims living in India had to move into Pakistan, but vice versa. Hindus and other religions who were in Pakistan had to move out.
That's right.
And this created a great deal of unrest and tension. Our main character, Nisha, of course, lives in the area of Pakistan. Her family is Hindu. Her father is a well-respected doctor. He does so much good at the hospital. They live in a lovely home. So imagine the shock of this. They have to move out. Now there's so much violence on the trains. Their father is worried about their safety. So he opts to say, we're going to walk our way out of Pakistan into India. So it's Nisha, her twin brother who's on the spectrum, their elderly grandmother, and her father, and they have to leave everything behind. But as I say all this, you might think, well, this sounds quite grim, but it's handled again in a way, it's written in diary form, so you feel like you're right there having this experience with Nisha and her family, and it's done in a way where it's so approachable. I feel like I've used that word a lot lately, but it is approachable. You get the feel of what's happening, but not in such a way where you feel beaten down. So you're learning about an important moment in world history. You're also learning so much about Indian culture and good food, and I love the way it was handled. It's a beautifully written book, and as you can see, it was also a Newbery Honor book. So it almost won the Newbery that year, and like I said, it's a Nutmeg nominee, so what a wonderful book.
Nice. That's a good summer read.
Definitely.
And then we've got a couple of fun things to do also. It's a rainy day today, and there will be rainy days this summer. So we've got a couple of really great ways for kids to read and draw at the same time. So this one is called Illustrate Your Own Fairy Tales. And so it's got fairy tales all written out in it, and then spaces where you draw what you think would be a great illustration to go with that particular area. So very cool, and a great kind of way to have reading and drawing at the same time.
Yeah, and then this is definitely, if you're a fan of Wings of Fire, guess what? Now you can forge your own dragon world.
Cool.
This is actually laid out so you can do it in graphic novel form, because the
Ooh.
Wings of Fire books are being now represented in graphic novel form.
Yeah.
So it's great for creative kids and to get kids creative using their imagination, like you said, both drawing and writing.
Nice.
So, very nice.